Well, guys, thanks for coming for this meeting since today is Truce Day. Yeah, it is.
But I wasn't expecting the whole gang.
What'd you expect? It's nothing personal, but it's in the truce. Let's get this over with. Hold up, there's one other bad guy missing. Sorry I'm late, Ralph. You have to excuse my absences. This clock child tune named Miss Minutes won't let me pass. Who's Miss Minutes? I'll tell you later, Venom. Now, where do I seat? Sorry, this spot is taken. Hulk, remember what our talk is? What? It's not in this writing seat. It's right here. You can sit next to me, Loki. Thank you, Cassidy. Just carnage. Whatever. All right. So, Ralph, what brings us here to this meeting of Truce Day? Well, let's just say, if you all know, let's just say we're still having lack of reinforcements. It's just me and Hook and Randall. The rest of you are considered to be Star Wars and Marvelous villains. But I wasn't expecting most of you yet, even though Vader is getting a Shadow Trooper in a few weeks. Zerg, you know it's rude to interrupt someone's conversation. Whatever. Apologies, Ralph. Yeah, it doesn't matter. At least nice speech. Okay, in case you guys noticed, I arranged this meeting because I was homesick from my arcade. So I decided to create my own bad add-ons. But instead of video game characters like Dr. Robotnik, Bowser, and Zandik, and also King Krul, and maybe some of including Clyde and the Ghost Gang, I decided to arrange my own. Really? And why am I here? Because most of you may not be bad guys, but you're bad at keeping your word. As in what? I mean, you guys are jerks. He means that just because you act like bad guys does not mean you're truly villains. Well, I was programmed for something. So, we're going to go around circles and start asking what negative things we done and what positive things we ever thought of. Positive and negatives. Yeah, that's right. Positive, negatives, and negatives and positive. Oh, let be Woody. Sorry. I love this meme. It'll take me a while to get my hat back on. There. Don't fight yourself, cowboy. All right. Let me go first. After all, I arranged this bad add-on meeting, so let's begin. Very well, Ralph. What did you done and have not done? Well, the truth is, I'm the bad guy of Fix-It Felix Jr., the video game. You don't look that bad to me. Well, let's just say the truth is I started out innocent. Like, I didn't come for trouble. I just wanted a place to sleep, like a log. Like Willie the Giant, he wanted something to sleep to. Really, like what? A harp. Oh, really? Nice music instrument. Yeah, but I'm not much of a harp type. Anyway, as I was saying, you see, after I finally found a place to sleep, even though it's not much, but it's all I can think of. And then later I've been bulldozer, and then that's when I was programmed to take back my land by destroying this apartment. I've been doing this for 30 years, and then I've been thinking, instead of living on the stump, how about in this apartment? I need a place to warm my feet, some TV to watch with Felix, especially if there's a football game, any of it. But every year I was meant to damage. Or other words, I need to be loved. I see, Ralph. You needed to be loved by others. At least Felix trusts you for some reason, possibly because he felt sorry for your misery. Thanks, Baymax. It's true you are programmed to wreck things. I am programmed to scan emotions. Why, thank you. Okay, what about you? Have you done anything good and bad? Well, previously, I am programmed to help people from sick to injuries. Really? You don't mind giving me a cure? You are, however, experiencing some asthma through your throat. Yes. But I fail to see why they called you short. Although, I stand corrected. The reason why is because we'll get to this later. You only have a cranium and a cardiac. Yes. Okay, what are the bad things you've done? Because I know you help people, you babysit cats, and also you act like a doctor most of the time. What are the baddest things you've done? Well, you see, my chip has fallen into the wrong hands. Which you see, without my healthcare chip, I am programmed for destructions and damages. Obaki did this to me once, along with Hero. Oh, come on, Hero would never let you hurt anyone. He made me out of vengeance. He wanted to avenge Tadashi for what Callahan did and he didn't. Why? Because he abandoned him? Yes. Sometimes I get the feeling I don't think this yokai guy is responsible for the fire. You're just saying that because you want to develop a sequel for him? Yeah. What if there's another mystery? Like, who's responsible for that Project Sparrow incident? Other than bringing it back. Well, I'm not sure yet. They said it was a technical glitch. Glitch or not, I say someone sabotaged it to frame Cray. I see. As I was saying, after I almost terminated Callahan, Honey Lemon managed to restore my healthcare chip, and I made a promise to never let this happen again. So, Experiment 626, any thoughts or feelings from your previous times? Well, for me, Jamba Jukiba programmed me to be a analaquista. What is that supposed to mean? I like to destroy stuff. Really? Is that what you're made for? Yeah. You know, I don't know why they call you experiment. It means mutation. I know what it means, but why? I'm not a real alien. I'm just created this way. I see. What? So what really happened? Yeah, get to the points, furball. Correction, Slaymo. Ah, forget I lost it. Ah, you didn't call me that. Wait, what? Ah. Anyway, after I insulted the Federation, they were gonna banish me to an asteroid, but I escaped with my little mischief mayhem programming. Unlike Baymax, who's programmed for goodies, I'm programmed for baddies. Later, I crashed on Earth and lost my suit and my equipment. Yeah, I liked you better when you were cool. Now it's all gone. Don't worry, he'll get it back. I could make a molecular scan for accessories. You can do that? No, yet. Oh. Anyway, after I met Lilo, I done a few bad stuff. Like what? Like I got Nani fired. I I made a bad impression in front of Bubbles, and then later I had a fight with Jamba twice, including in the beach and at home, which almost got Nani and Lilo separated. You know, I don't trust that fathead. You don't? Me neither. I don't like how he's stalking you guys out of your privacies. He is completely strict, but I fail to see how stalking them makes him a better social worker. Well, I didn't trust him either. Really, kind of reminds me of hard scrabble. Really. After that, I decided to do something right. Like what? Saving Lilo and getting the family back together. Well, at least you've done one thing. And I promise never again to be another Quista. Yeah, you better not. Hmm? I feel sorry for you, Experiment 626. I don't. I enjoy his chaos. Where's your sense of honor? You don't have honor, Ren. Okay, guys, let's not fight. Let's save that after the meeting. Deal. After that, let's attack. Fine by me, but I'm saving this later, once my movie comes out. Okay, Mike, you're next. Well, you see, I wanted to be a scarer. You know, scaring kids. You want to scare kids? For what? For energy power. Doesn't that hurt people's feelings? Yeah, but we'll get to that later. But scaring kids is one bad thing that we regret. Later, after that, when I met Sully, I we start out as rivals when he interrupted my conversation. Everyone just neglected me. At least I used to be your friend Wazowski until you met Sullivan. Really, I like you better when you had glasses and when you made cupcakes. Yeah, can you make me some? But you better not poison me. Sure, I could. I'm still good at it. Yeah, anyway, after that, we went to the scare games. And that's when Sully and I bonded after a few competitives, even though I couldn't overcome myself. Why you want to compete with Sully? Don't you know he's on your side? I couldn't help it either. But later, despite Mike and I were rivals, was least of my things. Later, when I met Boo, I've done something regretful. What happened? I I scared her. After I was scared of her. After she scared me unintentionally. Why we want to be scared of a kid? Because the truth is, I thought humans were toxic. But the coronavirus is already almost low, but yet people are still required to wear COVID masks. No, that was before that. Oh, you see, the truth is, I've done something to disobey Dean Hardscrabble's advice. What did you do? I scare a kid who fears reptiles. Yeah, it was worth it. Anyway, I made a promise never to scare kids again. Because scaring doesn't collect energy, it just hurts their feelings. Sometimes they need help. Like she needs my help. I didn't want to do this to my pride again. Yeah, I know what it's like to hurt. Well, for me, I was known as Hero of Men. You look like a hero to me, but that doesn't make you a threat, Maui. Of course not. Well, you see, the truth is I done something that was responsible for the world. What did you done? I stole the heart of Tafiti, and I lost my hook as punishment. You did? Yeah. Later, I got stranded on an island for 1,000 years until I met Moana. So what happened then, Maui? Well, you see, later after that, let's see. I tried to double cross her, but she still follows me, and the ocean is unable to separate us until our mission is complete. Later, I got my hook and we bond, but I turned her down after I was no match for Tekka. You could at least throw some water at the lava, which it is true. Every heat signature's weakness is, however, H2O. Well, I didn't have time to think about it. I was out of options. Except the future has advanced options. Really. After that, we defeated Taka, and then I apologized to Tafiti for stealing her heart. And then later she rewarded me for a hook and as an apology gift. This time I swore in my oath and my soul, I will never again hurt anyone, especially a goddess. Yeah. Hey, Wood, you want to go first? Sure. Well, you see, the truth is, I'm not a bad guy like all of you. Well, you look like a cruel sheriff to me. You can be my sheriff. Let me guess. You want me to make laws around the galaxy so we can be in reinforcing authority? Yes. I have a lot of authorities for the Empire. Darth Sidious, on the other hand, has legal rights to do it whatever he wants. Right. Anyway, as I was saying, when Buzz first arrived, I was trying to be a good friend to him. Then later I got jealous after most of my friends, including my owner Andy, grew attached to him. All of a sudden, everyone turned me down except for Bo, who still remains on my side because she knows that he's not a toy. Yeah, I didn't understand that either. More than I didn't understand I was not the real Buzz Lightyear I thought I was. I guess you both need to communicate more often and overcome your differences. Yeah, after that, my jealousy led him to Sid's house. Who is Sid? He's a kid who likes to destroy toys. Wait, Sid Phillips? You heard of him? Of course. He was one of the worst kids that Monstropolis was ever afraid of. Yeah, at least it took me a week to get Sully in shape to get back on him. He was the walking teddy bear. Well, it's a good thing you did, even though it's one thing I would allow. Let me guess. You want to scare children. Whoever is bad to you. I can make arrangements. I like scaring children because they fear me. They only fear you because you are a killing machine. Quiet, Ren. This is my favorite. Anyway, after that, I finally rescued Buzz by respiring something he wanted. What's that I want? Bringing Star Command to the rescue? Yeah, you should say that for a reboot. Anyway, after this, despite that Woody redeemed himself, at least he saved me once. He did? Yeah. When I back at the daycare center, I got ambushed by Big Baby. Well, didn't you fight back by spanking him? Because if I were you, that's one thing I would do. I tried, but they restrained me. You could at least blind him with your little flashlight. It's called a laser, and yet I failed to do it. After that, they switched me back to my original personality, but this time, instead of thinking people as followers, I see them as a threat who worships for Zerg. Really? So you think your friends worship me? I'd rather reprogram you and think of you as my apprentice. I don't think so. Later, I've done lots of bad things, and all these memories are coming back for me. I'm having nightmares about how I did to Jesse and how I made strict orders. Yeah, I never thought of you to be a bad, mean version of yourself before. Yeah. You know, it kind of reminds me of a movie about some toys have gone out of control, except it wasn't Disney, but he had a monster. What kind of monster? It was some kind of cat. What kind of cat? And it doesn't matter. Well, whatever it is, I don't need to hear about it. Yeah, me neither. So, Aladdin, any bad interventions? Well, you see, I've been stealing lots of food from Agrabah for almost like years since my mother passed away. And I've been on my own. Later after that, I've been stealing apples and bread, but deep down, I don't steal it for myself. I rather share it. Because the truth is, I'm broke. Wow, bummer. I know. At least Raul couldn't catch me or Abu. I always make the jump ahead of it. Yeah. Later, when I met Jasmine, that's when I decided to redeem myself. So I decided to use my street rat skills in good use by stealing that lamp back. And you did. And that's all. I don't think you're a bad guy, Al. I like you that way. Yeah. What about you, Jack? Well, you may think of me to look so wicked and cruel, but the truth is, not everyone in Halloween Town is that evil. We're always good, humble scarers, as you say. Really. But the truth is, there is one person who is wicked, and that's why he was exiled. Who? Oogie Boogie. He was banished because he had other intentions. Which is what exactly? He wants to devour humans rather than scaring them for fun. But later I almost became like him. How exactly? Well, you see, on Christmas Eve I was delivering presents, and then later the ways I'd done it so far almost hurt everybody. I didn't mean for this to happen. I was trying to spread some cheer, something they should understand. Yeah, at least it's popular all of a sudden. Yeah, and see a lot of decorations too. Soon after that, I decided to save my friends and develop some new ideas for Halloween since I'm finally inspired. And yeah, you still laugh like you're wicked. I like your laughter, actually. Oh, do you? But I am taking a break. What about you, Donald? Well, I've been bad to my nephews lots of times because no one understands me that much. Really? I can almost understand you. So do I. You could? Yes, I can translate your language. The only reason why you speak like a duck is because it's how you're created to be. I was? While the rest of your acquaintances and your friends and families speak normal like human beings. Oh, I see. What about you, Django? Well, you see, I was hired by Count Dooku to do one job, but something I never done before. Assassinate Senator Amidala. After that, I was only having one last mission, was to execute the Jedis and General Skywalker and Kenobi. But later, when I encountered Master Windu, I lost my head. And then later, that's when I regret myself. Even it cost Zam's life. Yeah, I kind of miss Zam. What about you, Boba T? It's Boba Fett. Yeah, why you named after some juice? Ugh. Anyway, I tried to avenge my father several times. And then later I've been hired to do lots of assassinations. But the truth is I'm tired of following orders. I decided to do my own way. I see. Soon after this, that's when I met Fennec Shand. After my last mission with Vader and Jabba the Hutt, I finally decided to join the Tuskens. They made me part of their family, but I lost them due to the assassins of the Pikes. Pikes? What kind of pipes are there? There's some kind of tubes that fall from the sewers. That's not what Pikes actually means to him. You have no idea with who they are, don't you? No. Anyway, I finally finished my mission and Cad Bane was eliminated by the end. I see. I heard about this Cad Bane before. So have I. I have hunt him down several times ever since he tried to kill my apprentice when I was once alive. I see. What about you, Maul? What's your thoughts? I was once taken from my mother. Darth Sidious wanted me for a purpose. I thought maybe we were good friends, but turns out he enslaved and cast aside from me. After that, I decided to create my own organizations by everything to do. And yes, I was in charge with the Pikes. Also, they work for you? Yes. Later, I tried to kill Kenobi, but all I killed was his love. But unlike Vader and Sidious, I did spare your brothers. You spared my brothers? Yes. His name was Jesse. Jesse? Not the one you know. Something that Lord Sidious. Sometimes I get the feeling not all Siths are double-crossed or some make a truce. True. Darth Sidious is different compared to them. Because all I want was to prove to be better than the Jedi Council is. Later after that, my final battle with Kenobi ended my life after Ezra made a run for it. Well, I can't tell whether you're dead or alive. Your fate still hasn't been seen. Ren. My uncle Luke tried to terminate me. I was separated from my mother. Later, I decided to make an empire when I joined forces with the First Order. Stupid name. After that, I created this mask based on my grandfather. Your uncle is my son, and if you lay one finger on him, I should strip your limits. You still care for him? Why do you have to have such a tantrum? You should be grounded. Ugh. Later, that's when I met this girl, Rey, along with this traitor, goes by the name Finn. And yet I'm jealous. For what? You know, the truth is your movie sucks. I didn't expect you to be the main bad guy more than I didn't expect Papa's girl to be the main hero. Why is that so classified? I'm not sure. I'm guessing that Adrian's guy is such a sex toxic boy. Or what? I can't think of definition. It doesn't matter. But, alright, look. What else happened? Later, I almost killed Rey until I sensed it. But instead, she tried to kill me. to avenge her grandfather. And then later, Darth Sidious betrayed me after I realized my grandfather was a slave to him like I am. How could I do such things? Well, the worst part is you are the stupidest warrior I ever met. What kind of character are you? I'm asking for forgiveness. I will never forgive you either. If anyone's going to rule this galaxy, it's me. I am the pure one. Now there's a bad guy who's willing to take off the legacy. It's take on. Okay, I'm going to give you one last chance. For what? Are you threatening me? No, I mean, I'm going to give you one last chance to prove your family's destiny again. Like, you better have another Skywalker, another Solo, a brother by any chance. You're asking Ben Solo if he has a sibling. Yes. Although, according to my scanner, there is a novel where Han Solo and Leia do have an offspring of their own after this one. I have a brother. Well, not yet. Let's let fate decide. Because I'm not going to let this universe fall for the wrong hands of Rey. You don't trust her. I don't trust anyone. Not just yet. I don't trust her either. Unlike you, I am willing. So what's your negative and positive things? For once, I enjoyed killing, following orders. But sometimes I'd rather do things on my own. As in what? Let me guess. You want to make an army of droids where you put humanity and organic beings into extinction? Yes, it's true. You want to destroy organics? Yes, the droids are the future and they'll feel what I feel. But those who will survive will be like me. Like you? Yes. Whoa, I thought I would be a bonehead myself. Any positive stuff? I am never positive. Although I do like collecting lightsabers for my collection. Really? I know how you do things. Anyone else likes collections? Well, I have a collection of teeths. I collect every monster and villain I face. What about you? I don't have any collections except Christmas decorations. I still have a lot of noodle burger stickers I couldn't take off. Really? What about you? I have a collection of cousins on every dictionary and I mean every photo album. Okay, that's a good one. I'm guessing this guy is pure evil. Yes, I am. Always has and always will be. But you better give me a prequel movie about yourself as the main antagonist, because most of your fans have finally realized they grow attached to you instead of him. Are you saying they're through with me and I'm being replaced by Grievous? Yeah, what about you, Vader, or should I say Andy Sky High? Andy. First of all, it's Anakin. Yeah, what's your positive life? As a boy, I lived with my mother. We were slaves by Jabba the Hutt and by Watto. But unlike Jabba, Watto treats me fair. He only sees me as his apprentice and his worker rather than his slave. But I have a score to settle with Saboba. Who's Saboba? He's a dog with 2 legs. Oh. Later, I finally won myself, but I was unable to free my mother. After that, the Sand people murdered her. I tried to avenge her, but I realized murdering wasn't the Jedi way. You miss your mom? Yes. I know how you feel. I miss my mother myself. You can explain this to me later. So what happened? I've been alone ever since, and the last one I failed to save was Padme, the love of my life. I never even got to know my grandmother either. Maybe your wife would have lived if you didn't have your essence clouded your judgments. Besides, I would have stopped you myself or enjoyed seeing you kill her. You leave Padme out of this mall. I'll never forget when you tried to kidnap her when I was a boy. Of course. Okay, leave him alone. You're making this revelation feel much better than mine. Oh, I see. You regain your loyalty. After that, I realized Lord Sidious used me as a pawn, just like the rest. Except I don't know what Grievous' fate would be if he was alive. Are you saying he will double-cross me if I was still alive? I would like to see how he'll do to you. I will never be double-crossed. Besides, I am the killer. Really? Let me guess, you're gonna kill all the replacements until you're the only one? I'm not just a Jedi. I'm not even a Sith. I am a Force-sensitive hunter. Wow. After that, I saved my son, but I couldn't try to carry more of my blessing. I rose as a spirit. I just got one question. How come you didn't stop Ben Solo from being Kylo Ren? That's one thing you should have done. Yeah, it's not like you want him to redeem himself. It's wasting his talents. I couldn't try to do it. It's his destiny. And his destiny is to let go of the dark side, not become one. What about you, Anti-Venom? I lost my mother and father. They died in a plane crash. But with this power, it brings me strength. I lost my Uncle Ben due to a killer. After that, I decided to say one thing. Good riddance. What's that? After I abused too far, everyone sees me what a tyrant I am. Soon they gave me the nickname Bully McGuire. You look like Topher Grace to me. Should I call you Topher Screech? Don't tempt me. Actually, he does, but I can switch his face if you want to. You want to switch my face with yours, Carnage? Of course. I realized with this power, it only made me look like a jerk to myself. You know, I heard about this Bully McGuire on the viral. It's starting to feel annoying and kind of hurting your feelings. Of course it is. You think I wanted this to happen? No? Good. After that, I tried to get it off, but it was stuck on me till I realized the bell is what hurts. I see. What about you, Loki? Well, not much to tell, but let's just say my brother and I used to be good brothers. I lost my mother. My sister tried to kill me several times. My father banished me. I created war on Earth under Thanos' orders. Really, you're feeling too judgment. Then later after that, let me think. I decided to redeem myself by saving my brother. And then in an alternate life, I redeemed myself again once I met Sylvia about the timekeepers, variants and stuff. And later after that, there was a catastrophe throughout the multiverse I couldn't bear to see. And then that's when my life ended permanently, when I've been strangled. Captain America was my best friend. I've been brainwashed by Hydra, but everyone turned me down because they don't trust me anymore. You know, you kind of remind me of my best friend. I do. He has a mask just like yours, except he's half green. He died in my arms after Venom tried to kill me. I tried to kill you? Yes, but after he also tried to kill me. What does he look like? Like I said, he has a mask, but he has 3 blades on his arm. I can give him blades. What about you, Carnage? Let's just say, in life, I killed my mother and my grandmother. My father abused me. I was born as a serial killer until I met a light. What kind of light? Her name was Frances. The ladybug? Barrison. Oh, there's another Frances. Yes, but I called her one thing. Shriek. Later, we've been separated, and I've been hungry for vengeance ever since. I never laughed for humor, only growl for vengeance. I see. I lost so many lives that you can never upon to me, Clintar. Later, I finally got this power that I need. And with it, I can do whatever I want to. Just destroying, devouring, making deals. As my father would say, I don't taste good. You try to kill me. And yet you refuse to bond with him. Is there a life of where you guys can bond? In another life, maybe. What about you, Thanos? I've been a warlord ever since. I have no memory of my peaceful life except on my planet on Titan. We lived peacefully until we faced extinction. I wonder how it got extinct. You can say the Celestials or maybe Null, god of the Clintars. Null? You heard of him? I had a dream once. Soon I collected the stones to bring one balance. Extinction, but peace and mercy. Yeah, and I brought everyone back to life afterwards. But later, they executed me twice, through the neck and through the body. What do you mean? Once Stark collected those stones, he disintegrated me. Wow, it ended my life. What about you? Well, 8 billion light years of hive knowledge evolution across universes that'll explode your tiny brain. Any suggestions? Let's just say I start out as a photographer for the Daily Bugle until Parker got me fired. Later, I asked the God in the church for one thing. What is that? Help me destroy Peter Parker. And I did, with the symbiote. I began my first phase just like Carnage was. When I start out looking like this, I teamed up with Marco, but I got blown up. Then many years later, I awoken with a new host, same me, but different. Later, I decided to eat people, junk food, and destroy things. Like I did? Yes, but like you, I decided to change myself. I became the Lethal Protector. Lethal Protector, like the Friendly Neighborhood. Yeah, something like that. Okay, what did you protect? Just Annie. She's my girlfriend, or ex. Annie, huh? My love, Padme used to call me that. Really? Then later after that, I protected her from Riot, Shriek, and Carnage, and the Life Foundation. Ended them with the palm of my teeth and claws. Okay? Then later after that, let me think for a second. I retired on a vacation spot, and I found myself here in this reality. But not before I lost a drip of it. Okay, what about you, Scarlet Witch? Let's just say we've been sent by Hydra to attack the Avengers. Later I met Ultron. I lost my brother and we went into civil war just between Stark and Steve. And then later I lost Vision because of Thanos. I created chaos in a town where it's based on my television dreams. I feel sorry for you. What about you, Hulk? Well, you see, the gamma radiation is what's causing me to be angry. Doesn't mean I'm truly angry. Oh, I've done a lot of judgment. My father abuses me. I've been attacked by dogs, and General Ross doesn't see me differently. I try to get over it. So much pain to worry about. Later, I went to this Ragnarok and got beat up by some giant werewolf along with Hela. Oh, really? So what happened then? After that, you think? That's when I became a good scientist. I promised never to smash things again, especially not in front of Iron Man. Oh, gee, that's too bad. I know. What about you, Randall? Well, you see, I started out as a nerd in class student for Monsters University. You did? I used to wear glasses until Mike advised me to get rid of it so I won't give away my position, which I did. I still wear contact lenses. Oh, good. Then later after that, after Mike and I were good friends, that's when we became enemies during the scare games. What happened? Sullivan unleashes the roar in front of me, and I've been humiliated by the roars ever since. And I didn't even like Chet. Next time I see him, I'm going to poke his eyes out. I didn't like him either. But I feel sorry for you. Okay, look, it was an accident. I didn't mean for that to humiliate you. I thought we'd just call it even. Oh, we'll be even someday. What about you, Hook? Well, you see, the truth is, I lost my hand because of Pizza Pan. And also, I have this crocodile who's been after me ever since. What are your hobbies? I play with pianos, drink champagne, and stuff. But also, I'm more interested in recruiting Wendy and her brothers, along with the Lost Boys, to join the crew. But unfortunately, they turned down the deal. But I gave them one choice: join the crew or walk the plank. I prefer the crew, in case you're looking for a treasure hunter. Very well. But I'm interested in Aladdin. Care to join me, Street Rat? You want me to join your pirate crew? Of course, you can even bring your parrot with you. He can be your first mate. Iago? Yes. Well, I don't know if Iago's much of a pirate. If you want someone to steal treasure, it's going to be Jafar. He can be your first mate. Very well. I will wait. What about you, Zerg? Let's just say I enjoy creating chaos between my Zergbots, my Hornets, my Zaps, and my Grubs. But yet Lightyear always interferes me, and then I followed him all the way to the elevator until I lost my block off. Then what happened? And then that's when I redeemed myself by saying, "Good show, Buzz. That's my boy. Go along, Buzzy." You don't have much information, do you? Well, I made theme park rides and video games, which didn't count much. However, I'm developing a much bigger memory. What's that? I am laser proof and I have legs. Well, the good news is your movie's almost up. You're all bad and that's good. You'll never be good, but that's not bad. There's nothing more better than me. Well, I guess you're right. So, is that all? How come Simba's not in this meeting? Yes, he's also a bad add-on himself. He tried to kill his uncle with no mercy. Yeah, why is he in it? I don't think I want to blame him that much. Yeah, no, how come? Let me think for a moment. How come the rest of the Disney villains are not here? Other heroes who started that bad, like Anger, Beast, and Robin Hood, should be also in this meeting. There's still delay until further notice. Okay, until then, we'll be waiting. That's gonna take forever, Buzz. Whatever that counts, Aladdin.